What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about 9 different altcoins in this video. If you're interested in what coins I'm talking about specifically, go ahead and listen to the whole video, or just scroll down and look at the list in the description below. I will leave a list detailed with what coin I'm talking about and the timestamps appropriate to when I was talking about said coin. Anyways, let's get started. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. It is the 24th of September. We are just getting started on the new day here. Blub is the first request. It's a meme coin on the Sweet ecosystem, apparently, and this is requested by Element. We've got Blub and Baby Blub on the docket. So let's see. Very new coin. We're on the 4-hour time frame here. You know, this thing came out on the 1st of this year, the 1st of September this year, right? So the very first of this month is what I meant to say. Not out for a very long time at all. If we look from the relative, I would call this the low to measure from to this high. Holding that 236 is nice. It's definitely nice. It would signal continuation potentially. I don't mind the volume so much. I think it's fine. It's just too new of a chart to really know, man. I mean, like genuinely anything can happen with this, right? It can tank, it can go up, it can move sideways. Like, it's too new to really say. But based off of what it looks like on this 4-hour, what I would have to guess, or what I would want to guess, I kind of want to guess it actually goes down from here. Let's see. Let's look at the indicators. Just one of them at least. I mean, it looks good, but the thing is, I feel like you should have, like right now it looks fine, but soon enough I think it's not going to look good anymore, because I think on this attempt here you should have gotten overbought. I think here you should have gone up. You should have had more volume. There's all these things you should have done, but you didn't. You're hanging out in these bullish areas of control, but you're not going anywhere. What are you doing? Right? You're hanging out at the top end where you should be breaking out, but you're not. Where are you going? What are you doing? Why is your volume decreasing as you're getting 4-hour closing highs, or new 4-hour closing highs relative to these highs here, decreasing volume, and then you're turning around getting ready? Like, you should be going right now, right? It's okay that you don't have volume now. Maybe the volume comes in after you break out, but you haven't broken out. You're actually stalling. So I think you do pull back from here, is all I'm trying to say. I think you do. This could be a double top, a momentary double top. We're on a 4-hour basis. So this, I mean, 2 days, 2 weeks goes by, this won't even be relevant anymore. But from a relative low to a relative high, you could expect to move down to 70638 to 70477 is what I would expect, if not lower. But something in that range. Absolutely you could move to 703 or lower. Absolutely you could. But down is what I would expect for now for this thing. The next one on the list is Baby Blub. If Daddy Blub is moving down, I would assume Baby Blub, not Bab Blub, sorry, Baby Blub, I'm assuming would move down. BB. Yeah, it looks worse for wear. It definitely does. It's a newer chart, obviously. 4-hour time frame here. It's not giving it a whole lot. I mean, it's hard to say because it's so new. Volume's dying off slowly but surely. I would just think you probably do move down, at least to these areas. If not, it's completely possible you could be moving lower. So that's what I would look for. These areas are like 4 zeros, 1 2, 4 zeros, 1 5 in that area. You know, something like that. You're at 4 zeros, 2 4 5 right now. So something down there, but something tells me you absolutely could go below this low. I wouldn't be too shocked or sad or surprised by that, right? It's a very new coin. Stuff like that happens. Can it go down and then tear up? It can. You know, it's hard to say. It's just a new coin. But my interpretation on both of these charts, Mr. Element, would be that yes, both of them look like they want to go down for now. So as far as what happens in the future, I don't know. There's not a lot of historical data to go off of, so I can't really project that. But when we find a low, hopefully, you know, it'll be discernible, and then we can establish higher prices or estimations for higher prices, you know, from there. But for now, it looks like it's going down. WLF for Hustle for It. Now this sounded. It sounded. Okay, no, this is it. Okay. Somebody said it was only for private placement, but I don't, or it's like, what did they say? Let me see. The person that requested this was Hustle for It. You were saying, and someone else was saying too, let's see. Can you do WLF? Coin has a real community, blah, blah, blah. DeFi platform. The Determined said, I thought the new token is called WFLI. Lots of scam tokens. It's only for accredited investors, is what the Determined said. And then Hustle For It said, yes, only available to accredited investors, so the average person can't buy it. But that's WLFI. We're looking at WLF. Okay. So I don't know. You gave me the ticker, not the ticker. The ticker's WLF. The contract is what you meant to say. Hustle For It. Let me see. The contract you gave me was this one. I'm just copying right here. You can't see what I'm doing because it's on a different tab, but I'm looking at my Discord page. Let's see. CoinGecko. Can I just search? Can I put the contract in there? That's not what I thought I was copying. Let's see here. Hold on. Sorry guys, this is going phenomenally. Copy. I should have only copied that. Only the address was highlighted. Why does it do that? Whatever. Whatever. This is just what he said in the Discord. It's not like private information or anything like that, you know. I'm just gonna delete everything until I get to the address because I'm at that point right now, man. I'm like, screw it. We're gonna do it the long way. Let's see. Here we go. Does that do anything for us? No, it doesn't do anything. Well, that was a waste of time. I don't know, man. WLF. I don't know if this is the right ticker or not, man. I don't know how to figure that out, unfortunately. WLF. Oh, no, I do. I do know how to figure that out. I'm sorry. Let's see. Right here, this is the address. And that does not look like the address you gave me. OXDA. No. Nope, nope, nope. Unfortunately, Mr. Hustle For It, I don't know what you're talking about, my friend. And if it's this one, cool. If it's this one, cool. You know, I really don't know, though. But we can try this for now. I can just try this one and see. I don't know if this is what you want me to do, but we're going to go for it. What a hell of a way to start the video off, you guys. From a low point to a high point, 382 support, 236 resistance. You look like you're going down. Down after a massive move up. Should be no surprise. Down, probably down to 11 zeros, 4 to 11 zeros, 2, 4. Down. And then up. Okay, then some upside, but down first, and that's okay. All right, so let's move on from there. That was manic. That was I don't even know what to call that, man. H-bar is the next one. Doing this for the Determined. Hedera hash graph. You wanted me to go over my cycle high predictions for these next, I think I wrote 4 down for you out of the list you compiled. 5.68 cents. I don't know, is this the all-time history for Hedera? It's not. I didn't think so. Coinbase, man. They don't get on top of it. Let's see. What I mean by that is they just sometimes they get the good coins later, so they don't have as much historical data. They're just not on top of it. That's all I mean. And sometimes they are. I don't know why I said that. From a high to a low, moving back down to the 0.69. That's fine. I think that's totally fine. I don't know if I like this fib. It doesn't seem to be showing too much respect. I mean, it does and it doesn't. Let's look at the weekly. The weekly itself on the RSI, I do like it overall. Where you are right now is definitely showing weakness, but you're getting above the 40, turning a tide down here. You're in your accumulation zone, right? And you're at the base of it. I bet you move up from here, man. I bet you do. I would look for a move up to, what is that, 7 cents? 7.7 cents first. Let's look for a move to like 7.7, 8 cents, 8.5 cents, something like that, right? And then from probably not 8.5, I'm sorry. Probably like 8.3 to 7.7 cents, somewhere in that range first. And then we'll go from there. You really could see a move that takes you all the way up to like the upper sides of this like range first, right? Something like right up to your 61869 of this fib range. That could happen, but generally speaking, I do look for this 382 resistance, 236 support, and then moving up like that but be prepared, be totally prepared. You could get some kind of V-shaped recovery out of this, right? That's a pretty nice move down. You could have that same kind of recovery on the way up. So keep that in mind. Let's look at the daily. The daily is looking strong on the daily RSI here. You do have bearish divergence, but I wouldn't call it bearish divergence. I don't know. I don't think it is. Let's look at USDT here. I think you're moving up, man. I think you're moving up right now. Yeah, I do. I like your daily RSI. I don't necessarily like where you are in the weekly RSI, but overall I do. And looking at it with the price, like I'm very confident you're at a low point here. So if you move down from here, it's not going to be by much. You're at 5.69 cents right now. I doubt you even see prices below 5 cents again. You're moving up, man. So targets to expect are anything between 7.7 cents to, I mean, genuinely, maybe you do move all the way up to like 11.8 cents. Anywhere and everywhere between there, man. Moving up. Moving on up. An H bar for all-time high projections, right? That's what you wanted me to do. Let me just see. Yeah, that one's fine. Let's see. By the way, guys, Covalent CXT has been on a terror. She's on discount today. Okay, she's on a massive discount today. This is a coin that we had our eyes on. I don't know. Let's see. Does it say? Maybe I just got to go to the 7-day. It went from 16.1 cents. It's down to 10 cents right now over the last 24 hours. So definitely on discount. This is a good looking one. Not part of the video, not part of the request. It was just one that I was looking at recently. Shout out to Stana because I think she's the one that put it on our radar here. But H bar is what we're trying to do here for the determined. $2.1 billion. Let's just call it 1.4 billion. So that right there, that minimum price expected target at $1.22, almost $1.23, that would give you about like an 8. Oh, I'm sorry, hold on. What was the 2.1? So that would be about like a 42 to $45 billion market cap. So that's not a low market cap, but that's definitely an achievable market cap for something of this magnitude. You could see higher prices than that. It doesn't have to stop there. Getting to the realms where I would expect you to kind of reach your maximum capabilities around $1.82. I think you could break through $2 this cycle. I really think you could. I don't, however, believe that Hedera Hashgraph would see prices as high as 323. I don't think it would reach for its 1618. So I don't think you'd see prices too much higher than $2. I could be wrong. But then we're starting to talk about over a $100 billion market cap. And for this thing, I suppose it's possible. It is in its second bull cycle, so this could be the cycle for that to happen. I just don't know if it does. But it could. I don't know. I guess I'm not going to throw that out the window completely. I suppose it could see that. So anything, the determined, anything and everything between this 1272 and the 1618 here in this box, I think that's probably a good estimation for where you're going to be at the end of this cycle. How long does it take to get there? I don't know. Probably the next 6 months to a year or something like that. Intense growth in a very short amount of time. I know it sounds crazy now, and man, everybody who just talks smack and says that it's crazy in the comments, or that these are pipe dreams, like literally those are the words that some people use, is that these are pipe dream predictions. They've just not been part of a crypto bull cycle before, man, or they have and they're just trolling. I don't know where the logic comes from. I know it sounds crazy, man. I really do. I get it. I guess it comes from sanity, because like genuinely predictions like this in a very short amount of time, in a 6 month to a year prediction, as far as time frame goes, it is crazy. It's very crazy, but it happens, and it's happened more than just once. And when I say more than just once, I mean cycle after cycle after cycle. Like it's continued to happen. Justifying something that I don't need to justify, man. These are the targets: $1.22 to $3.21 by the end of the cycle, 6 months to a year from now. Likely closer to a year is what I would say. H bar. maybe even a little bit over a year. Genuinely, it could. The cycle could last more than a year from now. It genuinely has that capability. Mana, Decentraland, we'll look at it on Kraken because it has more historical data. You want me to do cycle high predictions on this too? I would compare it first to H-bar in the sense that it is at its like lows of its accumulation range, right? So being that you're at your lows, I'd expect you to move up. Monthly RSI doesn't look the best, but whatever. Weekly RSI at a point where it could start to show strength, it could start to move up, price could start to move up, it all just makes sense, blah, blah, blah. Let's look at the long-term stuff. That's what you're concerned with, right? We take the first cycle high that it ever had right here. We take it down to the bear cycle lows, first cycle bear cycle that it ever had lows. You moved directly up to your 1618 immediately, found support on your 1272, and then moved on up to your 1886, 200 area right there. Boom, beautiful. Throughout this thing's history, it's very short existence since like the 2017 era. It does show significance on the 1886 several times throughout its life. So I want to mention that because going forward, taking the current all-time high to the current cycle low, and I might measure this first low. I feel like this low might be appropriate. It's hard to say. We'll take the first low because it's more conservative. If you take the actual low, the technical low, these numbers will only be higher. So if the target, the estimated target, is instead based on this lower number, then cool. It's just going to be better for us, right? You see the 1272 right here at this lower low. It's at $14. I'm just not taking it from this lower low because it's not like the immediate move down. So I'm going to move it to here. Now it's at 1346. These are like your fake out lows, if that makes any sense. That's just how I'm going to measure it. So it gives us a more conservative estimation too. The minimum target expectation would be 1346. Maximum primary target expectation would be $38.20. But I absolutely believe that we could see prices around $85 to maybe above $100. It is possible still by the end of the cycle. I'm not expecting that so much. I do think it's possible. I think the market cap allows for that with Mana. It definitely is a coin deserving of market caps that high, but I don't know if it's going to achieve it this cycle. I think, as time has gone on, as it has underperformed compared to what we were hoping for and expecting earlier on in the cycle, I think it's more appropriate to look toward this primary target box. Definitely keeping these higher targets in mind because they can happen. Mana does like to move very fast in a very short amount of time, right? From a low point of 1.4 cents to a high point of $5.9 in the course of a year and a half, essentially. I mean, that's a very short amount of time for a very, very large amount of growth. But we don't have a year and a half left in the cycle, right? We don't have that kind of time left in the cycle, I don't think. If we put that at the low right there, that, in that given same amount of time, that put us right up at our 1886 up here, which again, the 1886 here was the same target we got when we put our fib high to low there. That same move in that same amount of time, right? Just basing it off of that, we don't have this much time left. So we would have to see a stronger move than we saw last cycle, which already, by the way, this is an insane move in a very short amount of time, right? Talking about a 419x in a year and a half. It was an insane move. We'd have to see like similar results in 2/3 of the time. It's not impossible. It can happen. I just don't think it's as likely, right? Whereas before, where last year we were making these calls that these prices were going to happen, we don't really have the time for that now. So I really do think it's appropriate for Mana. I do still expect that we're going to see new all-time highs, but I think it's appropriate to probably focus more on this primary target zone, anywhere between $13.46 to $38. That would give Mana from its current price of 30.5 cents an overall growth of about a 44x potential at a minimum to a 128x potential. So even a 100x is still possible with Mana. Mana's market cap right now. Come on, Mana. Load it up, baby. Let's go. Come on. 569 million. Yeah, it absolutely could. Something like this, you guys, as crazy as it sounds, it could, absolutely, it could 100x from here. It could definitely see these kind of crazy gains, man. 100x, right? Because a 10x would be 100. It could do, it could 1000x from here, right? Because a 10x, it's at 569 million. 10x would be 5.69 billion. 100x would be 56, basically 57 billion. A 1000x would be 570 billion. This thing could, man. This thing really could. Man, I want to buy some more mana. I might buy some more mana, man. I thought I was done buying mana. I don't. I want to be very clear. I don't expect this stuff to happen this cycle. It could happen next cycle. If you're playing the long term, man, this, I don't know. These are great prices right now. 30.5 cents. These are great prices. Like, truly great prices. It's been a long time since we've seen prices like this, since March of 2021, right? Here we are, over 3 years later, and this just happened like last month that we got down to this area. So very, very, I mean, I averaged in on mana at like 73 cents, man. I know I've talked to some people who've gotten better averages, worse averages, whatever, but me and my family, we got in at like 73 cents, man. I don't know. This might be a good time to buy. I've been wanting to buy some mana, honestly, for a little while. This is not where I wanted this video to go, guys, but I'm actually like genuinely considering buying some mana right now. Just because the minimum expected targets, and they don't have to hit. Maybe it doesn't see a new all-time high this cycle. Maybe it sees an 886 retracement, which is a 13x. Maybe it only goes to a 618, which is still a 6x. Like, boohoo. Still decent gains, right? But I very much do think it goes to new all-time highs. And at a minimum of 40-something x, that's pretty dope. Pretty dope. All right, mana. That's it. I hope that was overkill for it. Sandbox. Mana's slightly more attractive cousin, or maybe it's not. Maybe it's less attractive but more fun. I don't know how to phrase this one, man. Everybody seems to like Sandbox better, though I think the graphics are actually better on Mana, to be completely fair. But some people like Sandbox's graphics. I don't know. Anyways, Sand. This thing does have a higher market cap than Mana last I checked. We're at 569 million on Mana. 569 million. The Sandbox is at $656 million at 27 point, where is it? 27.5 cents here. From a relative high to a relative low, looking at it on a weekly perspective here. You know, I don't know if this is the right one to use, actually. Let's see. We just don't have more historical data. That's unfortunate. That's okay, though. On a weekly basis, I would expect that we do start moving up. It would make sense. I like the weekly RSI. I actually really like how this is postured. This is pretty powerful, this structure here. You're at the base of your kind of accumulation zone, right? It's a little bit of a slanted accumulation zone, right? I would call this a broadening wedge, potentially. Right down here, where they're both moving down, they're both sloped down, but this one is moving down at a faster rate, so it broadens out, it gets wider as it continues down. You look to be at the base of this kind of support line here, right? I wonder, actually, let's see. Kind of curious. I mean, that's a good look, man. Oh, come on now, let's get it exact. That's a really good look. That's actually a really good look. When you reach for that line, that's called a partial decline, where you reach for the line and then you can't quite reach it, then you move up. And they tend to happen in broadening formations like this one. So, and that normally is the signal that you're at the low and you're going to move up, and your next move would break you out of this pattern. And if you're breaking out, you're looking for, you know, a retracement, a standard retracement of this overall move, which means, generally speaking, you could be on your way. You could be on a journey right now. That sends you up to 86 cents. You're at 27.4 cents, and then beyond, of course, and then beyond. But I'm just talking about relatively speaking. I like the weekly RSI. I like the daily RSI. Definitely a significant area at this 382, both on a Fibonacci perspective, but also on a price perspective. You have a high point here, resistance point there, a little bit of a wrestling point here, support zone there, and you took a break back here. You had some resistance points back here, so you could fly through it. It is possible, but I wouldn't be surprised if you found a little bit of resistance, then moved down, and then moved up, you know, something like that. Anyways, Sandbox, generally speaking, with coins this new, I don't feel too completely comfortable giving new all-time high predictions, but with this one I do. I think it's got a discernible enough high, pretty solid high, and the low. If Sandbox sees new all-time highs this cycle, the minimum expected target is $23.28. Does that add up? Does that make sense? Let's see. Well, I mean, it could see a 100x. 100x is possible. So yes, that's acceptable. $23, $83. Is that acceptable? Yes, I would say so. It's pretty high. That is pretty high. A 300x is pretty damn high for something that has a $656 million market cap and is expecting its second bull cycle, right? Because a 100x would be 65 billion. 300x would give it like almost a $200 billion market cap. That's pretty high, but I think it's possible. So anything between, I would say, a $23 price and an $84 price is possible for Sandbox. What's interesting about Sandbox, okay, is that it has the higher market cap. It has the higher price targets. Even its minimum is higher than Mana. As we go to Mana here, Mana USD on Kraken. Right? Low to high, or high to low, conservative target, right? We're being conservative. Let's not even be conservative, right? Let's put it all the way down to this low right here. Screw it. From this current price, I mean, even its 1414 is not at the same value as this 1272. The reason I like Mana more is because this is its all-time history chart, right? Goes back to 2017, where this is Sandbox's all-time history chart, goes back to 2020, late 2020, right? This is its second bull cycle for Sandbox, where for Mana it was at the ass end of its first bull cycle, a full second bull cycle. This would be its third technical bull cycle, more than two, not completely a full two, but after this it would be more than a full two. But it's been through more bear cycles and more bull cycles. It has more development on it. I'm more certain of Mana's potential to see new all-time highs than I am of Sandbox's potential. I am very confident that Sandbox will see new all-time highs, but even more confident in Mana. And me personally, I'm a little bit risk averse whenever it comes to investing. When it comes to trading, I'm risk on, baby. Trading is a risk on thing. It's a different state of mind. When it comes to investing, risk averse. So Decentraland is more appealing to me in that sense because I am more certain that this would see new all-time highs. And I'm still pretty certain this one would. But at a minimum, $23, $84 I would suppose is even possible by the end of this cycle, genuinely. I would just more probably focus on this $23 to $40 range. If not, because I will say this, right? A big elephant in the room. You're forming new lows still. We're in the middle of the bull market. Both of you, right? What the hell? You need to start doing things soon. You need to. Okay? You absolutely need to. Coins that do this kind of stuff normally, and I know I'm calling for new all-time highs for both of these, and I'm saying this right now. Coins that do this kind of stuff normally don't see new all-time highs. They're normally done. That's it, right? Coins that are performing like this far into the bull market, they don't normally see new all-time highs, okay? Just to get that out there. If Sandbox doesn't see new all-time highs, its minimum expected target, I would say, would be at least a 8x from here, around the 618, sorry, a 7.5x, to potentially like a 9x, 9.5, almost a 10x. You could see as high as like a 20x even with this thing. So even its minimum targets are still decent. It's just hard to say, though. I don't know. Anyways, those are the targets. That's the best I got for Sam. Let's talk about XCN, then wrap this bad boy up. XCN here, Onyx coin. One of my favorite coins. It's a coin that I hold personally. I think that's a fine top there. From a high to a low perspective, finding support on your 069 like to a T right on it. The next target area, we're at 0.001414 right now. Next target area would be 0.0059, so about 0.6 of a cent, and potentially beyond. It's very common on your first interaction with the 382 to go just a little bit above it, so I think that's fair if we look at a relative fib from this high to this low here. your 1272 to your 1618 zone all are above this 382. So something above the 382 for sure. I would say something around like 0.0065 or higher is to be expected. It would be my guess in the short term. But overall, like throughout the cycle, as far as how high could this thing go, I am still expecting new all-time highs for XCN. It's very, very far away. I'm expecting new all-time highs for XCN. It's a coin I hold. It could be the coin that genuinely outperforms any other coin that I hold. It is not my top coin. It is like my 8th top coin or my 10th top coin, right? It is not my top coin. And I think it could outperform all the other coins that I hold. Genuinely, I think it could. The reason why it's not my top coin is because it could does not mean it will, right? Does not mean it will. When I talk about these numbers, the reason why I'm talking about this right now is because when I talk about these expected targets, if it is to see new all-time highs, they get people excited. I'm trying to be realistic with you in that it's nice to be excited. It's good to be excited, but don't count on it. If you count on it, you're going to put all your money into this. If you count on it, you're going to sell your car and put your money into this. If you count on it, you're going to take a loan out. You're going to get money that you shouldn't be using. You're going to put it in this because you're counting on something that's ridiculous. Don't, because it might not happen. But genuinely, the minimum expected target from the current price is about a 561x from the current price, which would mean $1,000 turns into 560K. Now, if $1,000 is your life savings, that's all you can muster up to save. It's been a year. It's been years, and that's all you have to your name. I wouldn't put $1,000 into this, man. Maybe $10, maybe $100, right? Maybe at that. This thing isn't even 10% of my portfolio because as nice as that sounds, it's very possible that might not even happen, right? And there are higher targets. Absolutely, this thing could, if it gains traction, it really could see crazy growth in a short amount of time, guys. Look at how much it dropped in a short amount of time. It can grow in a short amount of time too. Let's say it doesn't. Let's say we don't see new all-time highs. We just see a standard retracement. Well, its first target, the 382, would be already from here about a 4x. So that's nice. 4x is cool. 618, 69, the golden ratio. Now we're talking. This is pretty normal area to go to. That's about a 15x to a 20-something x. Okay, so that's nice. Minimum targets are still over 10xing, right? And then if we reach for all-time highs, but don't quite get there, which I feel like could be what happens with this thing. Maybe we only get a 37x, 36x. Maybe we get a 65x. Something like that could be appropriate, could happen. It is possible. You know, if we move down this fast, right, essentially, like down that fast there, there's no real way to do this. Let's see, I have to move it over a little bit more. Let's put it like that. Right, so this would be the height. This would be, it's backwards because of this, but we're trying to measure a trajectory from here that's like this. I just can't invert it, right? But from the low point to the high point with the same amount of time, kind of, that would put us in the end of 2025. I suppose, you guys, it is possible to see new all-time highs for this thing by the end of the cycle. I suppose it is. But time is running out. We need to start not just seeing some upside, but like some real upside. Like we need to start seeing some growth soon if you want all-time highs to still be a possibility. It is crunch time for a lot of different cryptos, okay? This is its first bull cycle. We don't know how it's going to perform. It really could just do a straight tear. Like it really could, you guys. It could move up, have a nice move in a very short amount of time, and then chill. And then it moves up more, and then it chills more, and then it moves up more, and then that's it, right? That's a strong cycle right there in itself. It's a very nice move in itself, but who knows what it's going to look like. I'm not 100% sure. So as far as all-time high or cycle high predictions go, the determined for XCM, this might be the hardest one for me to guess. This one and Sandbox, honestly. But I would say anything from 2.2 cents to 82 cents to $5.50, man, is crazy. I know it sounds crazy. Probably not $5.50, right? But Onyx Coin, the market cap for Onyx Coin is so low, 43 million. That kind of growth is possible, and it happens. It doesn't happen. There's so many coins that it could happen to, but it only happens to like 1 or 2 each cycle, right? Will this be the one? Probably not, right? Will this be the one that sees a multi-1000x this cycle? Probably not. But could it see a 10x, a 20x? Could it see a 60x, a 30x? Could it see a multi-100x? Yes, it really could, right? And I mean, it genuinely could see a multi-1000x too. It is possible, but as crazy as this is, right, that's even crazier, multi-1000x. So I don't know. It's really hard to guess where the all-time high would be for this thing if it even generates a new all-time high by the end of the cycle. But I definitely do expect tremendous growth out of it. It could be the best gainer out of any coin that I have. It might not be. It might gain just about as much as the rest of them and hit this land here. Either way, I'm happy with it. I'm content with it. I'm just not going to sell the farm for it, right? Coins that I would sell the farm for are like Mana, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin itself, Ethereum, right? Maybe not Solana. I don't know. AVAX. H-bar could be one. I don't know. I'd have to do some more research into H-bar, but Dogecoin. Yep, Dogecoin. Litecoin, probably, right? Safe bets. XMR, Monero. What's that one, man? It's like Electron Cash. What is it, man? Oh, hold on, guys. I'm gonna figure it out. This is another one that's really good, but I'm gonna figure it out right now. Got to go through the Discord. Let me see. Oh man, no, I can't find it. What was it? I've talked about it before, but I can't remember it. Anyways, guys, the winner of tonight's video. It's probably XCN. XCN looks like it wants to gain the most in the shortest amount of time, I would say so. But really, Mana and Sand could outperform XCN. It is possible. Oh man, there's more. There's 2 more coins I got to talk about though. I'm sorry, I thought that was the end of it. ACH and storage for Fonzie. ACH and storage for Fonzie. Oh man, this video is a little bit unprofessional, but that's okay. That's okay, guys. This one's for the Discord requesters. You guys have seen me at my best and at my worst, so you know how it is. Fonzie, I got this one for you, my friend. All right, 2 cents right now for Alchemy Pay. I like the overall shape of it. This move down is a little bit deeper than ideal, but it's fine. Whatever. I like where you are in your RSI. The weekly that looks nice. That actually does look really nice. Daily RSI, constructive, productive. I like it. Doing things differently. Might expect different results. Yes, I think you're about to break out and move up, man. So yeah, let's measure this. Let's do this this whole range here from a high to a low. I think you're doing the thing, man. You're about to do the thing. This is definitely a coin that if you're holding it or you've been buying it, I know you have, Fonzie, but anyone who's holding this right now, if you notice any other coin today or yesterday or over the next week, do this, and you're just holding your coin waiting for it to happen. You're like, shoot, maybe I should sell this. Don't, because this thing is about to pop off. It really is about to pop off. What I'm trying to say by that, in case that was unclear, because I feel like it might have been unclear, do not sell this thing for something that's pumping. You're going to miss this thing's pump, and then you're going to catch something else that is pumping, but it's probably at the end of its pump. Why would you catch this move when you could catch the whole move? This thing is about to move up. That's why I'm saying that. So just be patient. It's very crucial for all cryptos right now to be patient. This one especially looks like it's about to pop. It really does look like it's about to pop. So, and a lot of them do. But you're at 2 cents right now, 2.35 cents, 4.48 cents. I'm glad we talked about this one because this might be the winner actually. It really might be. It could be, man. I don't know. XCN might still be. But anyways, primary targets from here, from 2 cents, are 2.3 cents, 3.18 cents. When you break above 4.5 cents, that's when we know it's time to see new cycle highs, okay? Looking good. Definitely time to crack this egg, though. Let me look at the 40 or the 4 hour. Yeah, it looks bullish. Short-term time frames look very bullish. Storage A, USD on Coinbase, sure. Looking strong on the daily. I like that. On the 4 hour, let's see. What do we? Oh, gotta fix that. All right. 4 hours looking good as well. Okay, so probably get some continuation upwards. Yes, looking like you're at the base of this range for sure. Looking like you want to move up. Okay, cool. Storage from a high to a low, relative low. 68 cents is your next area that I'd focus on. You've already interacted with this 382, and I guess you haven't since this low, but it's so close. I would think you might make a move straight up to that 68 to 76 cent area. You're at 41.17 cents now. If we look at the overall high to low of this range, that's like right above your 382, you know. Oh, man. Right? Like you hit your 618 already deep. I don't know, man. You could be having a solid run right now with this thing. Primary targets to focus on first and foremost, 68 to 76 cents. But targets beyond like $2 are on the table right now even. It's just when will they come to play? Like when will that happen? How long will it take for that to take effect? I don't know. I would say storage is a close second. But XCN from the determined probably gets the win tonight as well. Let's see. Let's just see here. 68, right? Because this is the first target area that I would expect you to go to. 61% to 85%, something like that, right? I mean, it barely loses. It literally barely loses, man. And then it's new highs. I think that's what really takes the cake. These are the things that I'm counting on, right? I think this is going to happen in a very short amount of time. Where most of these, I'm not looking at their extensions. I'm looking at their relative retracements, right? Not even looking at their extensions. Extensions will be nice for this thing in time, right? Very comparable to XCN. I just think XCN will grow more. I don't know. This is a very close second, storages, but I would definitely say the determines you win this one. And it's not because I hold more XCN than I do storage. I hold both of these coins, but it's just because it's what I genuinely think. Anyways, guys, thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all. Bye-bye.